What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react to some Nordic memes. It is time once again to take a look at some random funny pictures with text on them, also known as memes, and these are all about the Nordic countries. So let's take a look at some of these, starting with what the heck is going on here? Is this person okay? Anyway, it says in Denmark, if you reach the age of 25 and you aren't married yet, you get tied to a chair and pelted with cinnamon? Is this a real thing? Oh my god. With these internet memes, I'm never quite sure what's true and what's real, and I mean, is this true? I don't know much about Denmark. If you're not married by 25, there's lots of people who don't get married by 25. Do you get tied to a chair and they throw cinnamon at you? Is this? I really want to know if this is real. Because they have pictures. I would think this is fake, except they have photos of this poor woman. Oh my god. Okay. I don't know what goes on in Denmark. I don't know. Let me know if that's real or not. This meme says, fish in America versus fish in Sweden. Oh my god. Do you guys have this? Well, here in the United States, there's a very popular candy called Swedish fish. Swedish fish. That's what most Americans think of when they think of Sweden. They're like, oh, Swedish fish, the candy. Do you guys even have this in Sweden? I don't know. But that's what you're known for here, kinda. And IKEA. But this is just like kind of a lame joke about Swedish fish, the candy. Okay, let's keep going here. This is... okay. This is a soldier in Finland fighting the Soviet forces in 1939. Yeah, okay. Sure. Out of Finland. This is your battle uniform, right? This is a soldier. This is a historical photo. Yes, okay, absolutely. I just realized he's like on a sled as well. Okay. Finland. I mean, that's very intimidating. This says Europeans when it's about 35 degrees Celsius outside, most of the time through the summer. I don't really know the metric system. I don't know Celsius that much. I guess 35. Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta look it up. 35 Celsius is 35 Celsius to Fahrenheit. 95. Oh my gosh. So that's very, very hot. That's all right. Europeans when it's 35, the room is on fire. That's what it feels like. Yeah. And then Scandinavians when it's more than 27. Oh my god, everything's on fire. I just realized in the first cartoon photo, the dog is like perfectly fine. So Europeans are fine when it's 35. That's fine. It feels like nothing. Scandinavians when it's 27, when it's colder even. This is just saying Scandinavians have a hard time with warm weather? It's because you guys are so far north, right? You guys get all the cold weather. You get like crazy winter and cold, and so you're not adapted to the warmth. Is that what this meme is saying? I mean, it makes sense, I guess. All right, this says Iceland is the top consumer of antidepressants in the world. Is that true? Iceland? And then it says Iceland is in the top 3 happiest counties in the world, countries in the world. Iceland has, let me get this straight. Iceland consumes the most antidepressants and is also the happiest, one of the happiest. Does that go hand in hand? Does it really mean everybody is miserable but on drugs and that's why they're happy? What is this meme supposed to be teaching me? I don't. Okay. This says nobody. Nobody says anything. Okay. Pregnant women in Norway. Oh my God. I'm pretty sure this is an exaggeration, but I mean, given Norway, how much you guys like skiing and how cold it is, and I don't know if pregnant women go outside in like this little clothing and to go skiing and act like it's normal. I mean, maybe I don't know. I think this is an exaggeration. I'm gonna say that. Okay. Uh, Icelandic peasant. Okay. An Icelandic peasant says, "Here are 10 tons of high quality sheep's wool. May I please have some bread? My family is starving." Danish trade monopoly says, "Best we can do is a sack of maggot infested flour." Oh my God. Is this something about Iceland and Denmark history that I don't know about? Iceland is trying to trade all this high quality wool, and Denmark is just giving you maggot infested flour. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Jeez. Is that what it was like? The memes even teach me about Nordic history. Wow. All right, this says America currently facing violent protests against American police. Meanwhile, in Sweden, the police literally like kick around a football with you. I mean, I know this is supposed to be a joke, but I'm actually jealous. Like if in Sweden or the Nordic countries, it sounds like you guys have a good relationship with your police. Whereas here in the United States, like the police have gotten such a bad reputation. Our police always carry guns. They're very serious. And a lot of Americans feel really uncomfortable around police, which is unfortunate because police are supposed to serve the public and protect you and have the public trust. And it seems like in Sweden, at least with this meme, it's nice to see. They're kicking around the football. I like that. All right, this says, what happened when Finland closed their borders? What happened? Nobody could cross the finish line. And then they grab him and they're beating him up. Anybody who tells this joke, this is like a dad joke. This is such a bad joke. This is such a bad joke. When Finland closed their border, no one could cross the finish line. Okay. All right. Very funny. Today in Iceland, the volcano is back in action. What? Are there volcanoes in Iceland? Icelandic people, should I be concerned about this? What? Do you guys have volcanoes in Iceland? And it's not a big deal? Like, Icelandic people don't even get worried if the volcano is erupt? What? I didn't know all this crazy stuff about Iceland, to be honest. It says, "Oh my God, who the hell cares? This is me, an American, when I hear about European sports." This is true. Americans don't care about European sports. That is true. That is true. This is me when I hear that Sweden is beating China in the Olympics and everyone's just going crazy. Everybody loves Sweden when Sweden is beating China. Is there some kind of like Nordic rivalry with China I don't know about? Because in America, we don't really think about if Europe wins the Olympics, if China wins. We care if the Americans win medals and stuff, but in Scandinavia, in the Nordic countries, You guys all root for Sweden when they're beat. Is this referring to something specific? Did Sweden defeat China in something specific? Maybe, I don't know. I only know about the Swedish pole vaulter, right? Mondo Duplantis, right? Um, Seeing the moon in the morning. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, the moon in the morning. Seeing the sun at night. That would be. I know that that can happen when you get very far north. You can see the sun at night, right? People living above the Arctic Circle during the summertime. Just totally normal. Don't care. So, okay. For most people, if you saw the sun at night, that means the apocalypse is coming. That means something is horribly wrong. Um, for people above the Arctic Circle, like Nordic countries that are that far north, if you see the sun at nights, that's just like that happens every year, right? So this is very accurate. I have never experienced this as an American, but I can't imagine the sun at night. That'd be very strange. It'd be scary. It'd be like, I'd literally feel like something is wrong. Anyway, um, a girl, 8 years old, pulls a 1,500-year-old sword from a lake in Sweden. She did? By law, she is now the queen. You know the rules, and so do I. That's the rules. That's how it works in Sweden, right? If you pull a 1,000-year-old sword from a lake, you are the queen. Does Sweden have a queen? I don't know, but if you pull a sword from a lake like that, you deserve to be the queen. An 8-year-old girl. Is this a real story? Does this actually happen? That is so funny. Okay. Uh, Finland accidentally achieving the best education system in the world with no standardized tests, minimum homework, 9 to 2 schedule, and less working hours for teachers and paying them like doctors. Oh my God, what is all this? So does Finland have one of the best education systems? I don't know anything about Finland. They do all this? No standardized tests, really? Not much homework? 9 to 2? You only go to school 9 to 2? Less hours for teachers, and you pay teachers well. Wow. These are the types of things we should be paying attention to here in America, I swear. Our education system has just been getting worse and worse and worse in America. A lot of people acknowledge this. Teachers in America are paid horribly, horribly. Some of the most important people in society, teachers, are paid terrible. So in Finland, I didn't know Finland did all this and has one of the best system education. That makes sense. Wow. That's really cool, actually. This meme isn't even funny. That's just like really informative. Wow. Imagine having to go to a third world war. Who's laughing at this? This post was made by Iceland. So Iceland feels like. Does Iceland feel like they're so isolated? Like, so far north, nobody's around. Does Iceland just feel safe? Like, yeah, enjoy going to World War III. Doesn't affect us. Is that. Wow. Wow. Is that. Maybe you might be right. I mean, Iceland is probably pretty safe. I've never heard of anybody getting mad at Iceland before. And this says, in Danish, if you say fart, that means speed in Danish language. And then there's a car saying, I am fart. Okay. Instead of I am speed, I am fart. This This is funny if you speak English. If you speak English, this is ridiculous. But I guess in Danish, this is normal. I am fart. Okay. And with that, we are at the end. This was a lot of fun. I definitely learned some things about the Nordic countries. I also am confused. I'm very confused. That's okay. That's part of the fun. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on any of these Nordic memes, or if you can explain, add any context to these memes, that'd be great as well. I'm sure I didn't understand a lot of it. If you're interested in more videos like this, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.